So today's video, we're going to discuss an important thing that gets in all of our way: why we quit.
We all have a satisfaction associated with doing something that somebody finds useful.
Quitting, stopping, giving up, a plague that is like such a drain of creativity, production, happiness, joy, money, making things happen. But we do it all the time. We start something and then we quit. And sometimes it's like terrible. We start something and we get almost done. Like it's almost done. And then toward the end, we kind of slow down and spend forever almost finishing. Right? It's like that continuing half the distance to the goal, right? You never get there. A foot, a half a foot, a fourth, an eighth, a 16th. You're never quite over the goal line. So why do we quit? And by knowing why we quit, what can you do about it? So I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to list every reason why we quit, because there's tons of them. First of all, once in a while, there's a real reason to quit. Something changes so drastically that what we were trying to do no longer makes sense. Yeah, okay, we change it. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is we lose the vision. So, for example, I was talking to a client the other day who said, I used to have a huge amount of passion for this. And I've lost my passion. And then no surprise, they're not moving forward with this particular project. Or if they are, they are, but very slowly, very inefficiently and ineffectively. And the reason was clear. So why are you still doing it all is the real question, right? And so there may be various answers. But losing interest in something is one reason we quit. Naysayers, someone continually ragging on you. You won't do this, you can't, you're not good enough, you don't know what you're doing, it'll never work. Sometimes that builds up, and then in a moment of weakness, or maybe we've had a momentary setback or failure, we give up, we quit. So that's another reason we quit. What are other reasons we quit? Well, we get distracted. I was talking to another client the other day, and they were describing their normal work pattern, and they would start something and get busy with it and get going, and then get distracted and go do something else and go do something else. And so they have, a number of initiatives in various stages of completion. None with the full satisfaction of finishing, and none even with a firm decision, I started that, it's not really working, it's not a good idea, so I'm taking it off the plate. Not even that, benefit. Another reason we quit is we get discouraged. So we start something and it doesn't go like we want it to. Or we're creating a business, online business. You put your first product out and it doesn't work. Or you put a funnel up and your sales funnel doesn't work. Or you make an overture with someone to fix a relationship and they're not interested. Boom! You've been slapped down. So we get discouraged. And then the voice is, yeah, it'll never work. You can't make it happen. I'm not good enough. All of that sort of dance that we do in our heads. And there are lots and lots of other reasons why we quit, different variations of those same themes. We decide we're not good enough. We run out of resources. We didn't plan well ahead of time. We get discouraged by naysayers. We get discouraged by failure. And all of those things, right, have a tendency to make us quit. Well, I'm going to talk about some tools, some things that you and I can do to not quit, to stop stopping, right? To decide you're going to complete something and then carry it on over the goal line. So first of all is the same as any goal. Have a really clear picture of what it looks like. And a clear picture of what it looks like is not just the outcome. So money is easy to understand, so I'm going to make $10,000. or $20,000. An example I use a lot is 20,000 unencumbered dollars in the bank in 90 days. Okay, that's fine. But just that statement isn't a clear beginning, and certainly doesn't help you get past any discouragement or even help you at all getting started. $20,000 from what? Oh, I'm going to sell real estate. I'm going to start this business doing this or that. Then you start to create a goal and a thing that matters. And the reason that's important is when you get discouraged, if you have a clear goal with a purpose and you know what it is from, like I'm going to sell encyclopedias until I make $20,000. And the reason I want this $20,000 is because I'm going to pay for this exotic vacation, or I'm going to put a down payment on a house, or I'm going to buy another car, or I just need some rainy day money and that's how I'm going to get it. Okay, fine. The reasons are often the biggest motivator and remotivator. So we get started going door to door selling encyclopedias. Now, I don't think we do that anymore. I don't know. But I remember buying some from a door to door encyclopedia salesman many years ago. In fact, I bought more than one, a couple of them over the years. And if I'm trying to do that, and it gets discouraging because it does. I can't imagine door-to-door sales being anything other than massively discouraging, painful, and hard, right? And I'm not pretending to be good at it, and I've never done much of it, a little bit, once upon a time, many years ago. Going back to the goal, I need this $20,000. I need it by this 90 days or 120 days or whatever your goal was. And the reason I need it is because it's my college tuition. It's the car I need, and this one's on its last legs. It's the vacation that I deserve. It is a down payment on a house. So that vision makes it worth moving through the pain of quitting, moving through the pain of discouragement, moving through the pain of having to keep trying. Another real easy one to understand is weight loss. So we're going to go on a diet. I mean, earlier in my life, I had to lose nearly 100 pounds. When I was in my late 30s, I had gotten way overweight. And so I finally decided this is the time. And I started doing martial arts again at that time for the severanth time. I've done that a lot of my adult life, but I hadn't for a little bit. So I restarted. And as part of the exercise routine, and I was going to finish my black belt at that time. Finally, I had been on and off for many years and going to finish my black belt, so I'm going to keep going. So the vision of that, finishing that black belt, the vision of being able to jump in the air and do the side kick and break some boards and do those kinds of things was the vision that kept me going. Kept me going, and I actually lost all the weight. I actually lost a little bit more than I needed, and it was a bit of a toothpick and had to put some back on. Okay, so what kept me going and motivating was that vision. The other piece of the vision was that I had young children then, and I wanted to be able to play with them and keep up with them and run around and play football and frisbee and whatever, right? And I'm fat. I can't do that. So motivation of being with, raising, growing with my children, motivation of the health and the power that I would feel being able to execute the moves that I wanted in martial arts, which all came true. And it all came true because I had the vision. So that's another thing to stopping, is to have a powerful vision that has the details and the feelings and the reasons that drive you forward. Another way to overcome our natural tendency to quit is accountability. We are far more likely to keep a promise to someone else than we are to ourselves. Now that's sad, but it's true. So I'm going to go to the gym with you every day at 7 in the morning or 5 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon. Not disappointing someone else. So accountability is another way to overcome quitting. Getting a coach. So you have both the accountability and the encouragement that you need, and the goal setting process and your blind spot protection and all that kind of stuff that you get from good coaches. That's another way to end the quitting. But the first and most important piece of ending the quitting regime is to decide that you're worth it. You are worth whatever you need to do to accomplish the goals you've set. The investment of time, the investment of energy, the investment of cash that it takes to create the you that you want to be when you throw away the quitting story. That is the master key. You are worth the investment. Thank you for watching the videos. Take this opportunity, leave a comment, subscribe most of all, and don't forget to spread the word about this channel.